Tesla's making giant moves to grow its compute as it transitions into an AI company. We have news that Tesla is now Dell's new big AI customer. With Tesla announcing they're growing their 35,000 H100 equivalent compute to 85,000 by the year end, this suggests around $2.5 billion to $3 billion in orders for Dell's AI servers. This news comes right before reports that Elon Musk's xAI is going to buy $10 billion worth of Oracle's AI servers. So Elon is making sure Tesla and xAI are the leaders in AI. That doesn't even count what Tesla's own Dojo can do. So do you think that these moves are going to be enough? I'm going to ask that question to Larry Goldberg. Larry is a regular on our show, and he's really very sharp and understands and follows the compute capabilities. What do you think, Larry? Is this going to be enough? And I'll share the report shortly, but curious what you're thinking.
I don't think we know the whole size of it, to be honest. I think Dell and Oracle are major players. I think Elon has very strong relationships with those people. And so it's a natural, given the tight market for the hardware, given the struggle that many companies face in terms of building the capacity for training and for compute in general, that Elon would reach out to his close buddies, but that's not the end of the story. Dojo obviously is very important. Dojo is important not only for the now, but for the future as hardware evolves. Dojo is not just a single, it's not just an architecture. It's evolving and it's going to change over time. And I don't know we've heard the end of the story. There's Dell, there's Oracle, but there are other companies as well. And Elon is a master at this, absolute master. So we're going to see a lot happen in the next year or two until this thing kind of reaches a steady state. Now, what kind of steady state it reaches, I don't know, and where we get to in AI, generative AI in particular, but where we get to in terms of FSD and Optimus by the end of the story, I don't know, but it's going to be very exciting.
Love it. I'm going to ask you a question. I'll ask it now, but you can answer it later after I do the reports. You were saying that, it's just starting. We're just at the beginning. Where does it end? And isn't it interesting that Tesla's cash flow is pretty sizable now, but it's only going to grow. It's going to just exponentially grow. And so you can see already Elon is not going to rest and just be number two, number three. He's going to be number one. He's going to be number one by far if he can maneuver it. But like you say, his ability to partner with folks is really he makes a phone call. Most of them will say yes. So let's report. Keep that in mind. Answer that after I share this report. This is Evercore, which is an investment firm. They are following Dell, and they've got some, I guess they started feeling that Dell's going to be the big winner in one of Tesla's, purchase of AI servers. Evercore raised their price target for Dell stock from $140 to $165 because they believe that the company has won a large portion of business for Tesla's AI server build-out. According to Evercore, this should be incremental to their $2.9 billion AI backlog. They're talking about Dell. Tesla has indicated they expect to increase their compute capacity, right, from 35,000 H100 equivalents. That's what they announced, Tesla did, to 85,000 by year end. And so they think that that's going to generate about $2.5 to $3 billion of orders to Dell. So Evercore believes SMCI has also won some of Tesla's AI server. You were just saying that now, that it's not just going to be Dell. It's not just going to be Oracle. It's going to be anybody that has servers. But Dell has won a sizable amount of storage attached in addition to the AI servers that could ship in conjunction with AI server shipments versus storage typically lagging x86 server deployment by 2 to 3 quarters. Yeah, so Dell is right up there. They conclude Dell continues to pick up traction for AI servers and more importantly, AI attach. So this is like if you follow the breadcrumbs, you saw that Michael Dell himself was in Giga Texas, and I think he posted a video about how great FSD is. So
And Michael Dell was front and center at the NVIDIA conference, and you know was featured by NVIDIA, and so clearly he's a big player in terms of NVIDIA chips, but integrating them, with power, with memory. This is Dell's business, and so Dell clearly have got a major relationship with NVIDIA. They have a major relationship actually with all the chip manufacturers. So, it's a win-win-win for NVIDIA, for Dell, and ultimately for Tesla and X.AI. So, Elon's roots in Silicon Valley run very, very deep, very, very deep. And his relationships are such that he can generally make things happen when he needs to, and boy, does he need it right now, because FSD is cooking, and they need the compute power now more than ever. Probably it's we're probably reaching the kind of peak need, just in terms of what has to evolve. So he's pulling in, all his connections, and they're obviously paying off.
yeah, they're paying off. I mean, I'm just as a Tesla investor, I'm so happy because remember our conversation that we were having in January, February, right? We were like going, Tesla needs to invest billions, 10 billion, 20 billion in AI, maybe in raise money, but they need this. But, like if they weren't doing these moves or they were behind other companies, I'd be so disappointed, but they are not behind. They're, in fact, possibly even further ahead than most. So I'm just thrilled whenever I see these kind of news.
And does this not put into great perspective
Mhm.
Elon's pushback on these share buybacks?
Right?
When you think about the capital needs, when you think
Right.
about the capital needs, and you think about the 30 billion that Tesla have in terms of cash, that 30 billion doesn't look like such a huge pile anymore. It looks like,
Anymore.
yeah, we may actually have enough money. We may be able to squeeze enough out of the cash pile. So, it,
Yeah.
it this is such a lesson. It's such a lesson for the Wall Street analysts to understand the difference between, a true innovation company
Hmm.
and a company that's there to generate cash for the here and now. So, you have a Google who's doing some very exciting stuff, by the way, very exciting stuff. Their launch was very interesting, very exciting. But, they're generating cash and they're giving it back. They're giving it away. You know, giving it out to shareholders. And that's fine. But it's Tesla that's going to, be the combinatorial magic, the combinatorial magician to move us from the current state into the future state. And Robotaxi, Elon has told us it's going to be the greatest transformation of value that the world has ever seen. And I think he's right.
Yeah, about 3 months ago, you were involved in a big debate. It was held on X Spaces. You and Alexandra, I think on the other side was Gary Black and Meyer. Gary Black and Meyer were, as they
I think.
have been for months and a year, they've been for a year, they've been like saying Tesla should do buybacks. And no, it's not. don't get us wrong. There's enough cash. It's after all these investments, and then you were, vehemently against it. And like you say, now it's ridiculous for anybody to even brought that up. Now, we're not saying that they may not still do the buybacks, but the priority one is to spend billions, 10 billion, 20 billion, because it's a
The
race right
buybacks
now.
will come. The buybacks will come
Yeah.
when the transformation has happened.
Yeah.
Because the cash that is going to flow from robotaxis is just huge.
Just crazy.
It's gigantic, but we have to get there. And we're at that magic moment now.
And it's a race. That's the point. The only winners, the only competitors are the big enterprise companies that have tremendous amount of cash. We're talking Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Facebook, and Tesla. And it was fortuitous that that Tesla was realized that this is going to come. He has the money. He's been buying it. And we're still doing incredibly well as a company. So let me just share this other news. So XAI, his other company, they are apparently going to spend $10 billion to rent Oracle's AI servers. This comes from the information, which is full of misinformation and disinformation, and they've been going after Tesla. So we don't know if this is real, but it does make sense because he's certainly friends with Larry Ellison, who's actually on the board, was on the board of Tesla. This is XAI. So Elon Musk artificial intelligence startup XAI has been talking to Oracle executives about spending $10 billion to rent cloud servers from the company over a period of years, citing people involved in the talks. The deal would make XAI one of Oracle's largest customers, as Musk looks to raise funds for XAI in an attempt to rival the AI offerings of OpenAI and Google. XAI was reportedly in talks to raise $3 billion, which would have valued the company at $18 billion. So Oracle just released an update to its database technology earlier this month, making it more useful with AI. XAI is the largest H100 customer at Oracle, using more than 15,000 of the chips. H100 is an AI chip by NVIDIA. And then Musk has said XAI, he did say this, would launch an enhanced version of his chatbot Grok. And he said that Grok should be better than anyone else out there. And I can't remember, but he pushed it out to 6 weeks from now or something like that, when that might launch. What's your thoughts, Larry?
Well, the source is very untrustworthy. The information is really, its reporting on Musk has been very spotty in terms of quality. It's quite understandable that Elon would partner with Larry Ellison and Oracle. That part makes sense. I'm sure that there's some truth to it, but what the shape and size of it is really, I wouldn't be able to comment on. Um, the most important thing to understand is that Elon has these deep relationships in Silicon Valley, and is able to really conjure up what is needed for Tesla and for XAI to progress. So whether or not it's true and which parts of it are true, I don't think is important. I think what's important is to understand that Elon has these resources, can conjure up these resources, and is conjuring up these resources. And do not count out XAI, do not count out Tesla. They're going to be dominant in this coming revolution.
So is this enough? Are these moves
Is
enough?
it enough?
Are you
Is it
satisfied?
enough? Is it enough? In this industry, it's never enough, Herbert. It's never enough. You're always chasing.
Yeah.
As long as I've been in the software business, which is a very long time, gets into the childhood of, your parents. It is very difficult to catch, to be where you want to be, because you always see the future much more easily than you're able to make the future. the conceptual opportunity is always greater than the actual. And, AI may be turning this around. We're actually seeing stuff that surprises even the conceiver. So, no, is it enough? No. Is it excessive compared to everybody else? Probably. But we will see. I mean, this is going to play out, and it's going to play out very interestingly. The connection between Tesla, XAI, FSD, the humanoid robot, this is a huge, huge revolution, and it's playing out. And the master at the board is playing the moves.
Yeah. I think what you said is that, first of all, I'm pretty happy because they have enough compared to the others. That's step one. And then step two is whether or not they have a business model that can support even have outsized purchases, outsized gains, outsized research in AI. They've got this team, and then they've got resource, the business model versus the other companies. Like, they've got great business models also. But Tesla, right? They've got the robo taxi that's going to generate incredible cash.
I haven't seen the AI business models with clarity yet.
True. Yeah. The others are going to charge you $20 a month.
I haven't seen the Microsoft, nor the OpenAI, nor the Google model, come into focus yet. I haven't seen that happen. Now, we know the Tesla business model is FSD, and that even hasn't come into focus, but the vision is clear. XAI business model and focus is not yet clear. That's where I trust Elon more than I trust these other guys, because Elon has this facility for building products that people really want to have. And so that gives me a lot of confidence. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too, right? It's like the robotaxi business is going to not only, it's going to be like nobody else is doing this, right? Which is real world AI returns on investment. Massive return on investment. And then that is a flywheel. And then once you get the bot, which is another real world massive investment, Amazon is investing in bot companies. Meta is investing in bot companies. And then Google, they have their own bot area, but they don't have looks like that they're not heading into the humanoid bot area. And then you've got Microsoft, they're all, partnered with, they're trying to partner, versus Tesla is, they own the humanoid bot business. And so when that comes in, it's like the exponential leap of how fast Tesla will change compared to the other companies. It's going to be much more evident. And again, I'm not saying that these other companies won't succeed. They will all succeed. It's just that I was asking the question, is Tesla making the right moves? Is it enough? And I'm saying not only are they equal to these other companies, they're, that's what makes me happy today. But eventually you'll see that he will translate this into real return on investment.
Exactly right. And don't expect the quarterly results next quarter to reflect all that we've said.
Right.
It's a very exciting world we're in, Herbert, and this is an incredible journey. I mean, this is the journey of a lifetime.
So you think that Dell and Oracle, you could have probably predicted these partnerships. Is there other companies that you think nobody's talking about yet that Tesla will be partnering with? Now, people forget that he's very good friends with NVIDIA's Jensen Huang. Yeah, they've been together for 10, 20 years, these two. So he's got that relationship with NVIDIA as well.
He's partnering with TSMC. He's partnering with Samsung. I mean, the one thing that Tesla has done very well is develop this, close relationship with its supplier base. That's been good. It's under some pressure right now because sales of the car are not that good. But nonetheless, he has this Tesla has this really good relationship with its suppliers. I think the one company we haven't heard much from, there's several of the chip companies we haven't heard a lot from yet. and that may come. I think power supplies or energy supplies are going to become a real issue, and Tesla's relationship in the energy business may become very important. So when you talk about relationships, I think you need to look at that issue of energy relationships and where energy and compute capacity meet. That's going to become very, very, very important. So those are the areas that are, quite exciting. Time will tell.
Mm-hmm. It's not in Elon perspective and business kind of approach that he's going to raise money, right? Because he thinks, A, we've got enough. B, I'm going to do it kind of like incrementally. Do you think that he's going to go big? Does he need to
Yeah,
go big? Don't you
yeah,
need
he will.
more if you actually have robotaxi? If robotaxi actually happens, don't you need to buy even more?
Well, I projected a $50 billion capital requirement.
All right.
I think I put it on your show. Actually, I put the slide on
Mm-hmm.
your show.
You did.
And I think they have enough money to do that, even if they have to go to the market or go to the go to fixed income, fixed interest market, bond market. They've got enough money to do that. So I don't think it's going to be a problem. Of course, a lot depends on how cash continues to be generated by the company. If not generated, they're not being used by the company. And the rate at which the robotaxi business takes off is very important because it's going to require money. I mean, Uber, consumed enormous amounts of money. One
Yeah.
assumes that the margins are so high here that they will be accretive rather than, consumptive. So time will tell. But he's being very, very, very conservative, very cautious with his cash.
Mm-hmm.
He's learned the hard way to do that. And so, rather than buy back stock with available cash, he's conservative, which is so wise. I called it. I know you called it. Time will tell, but I think I think he's got enough cash. He's going to need every penny he's got, but I think he's got enough.
Perfect. Okay. Well, thank you, Larry. So we just covered his relationship and potential deal with Dell, with Oracle, and this the conversation here about how much money do they need, and they're making all the right moves. It appears. Thank you, Larry. Follow him on X at Tesla Larry. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye. I've created a website that is the most comprehensive resource for the Tesla investor. Please check it out. Simply go to my website at herbertong.com.